the next section, we're going to talk about what if you don't want to print it out. Okay, so what if I don't want to print it out? What if I don't want to keep it as an Excel format? So for example, if I want to send my spreadsheet here, but not necessarily the formulas, not necessarily the information, not give someone the ability to adjust this, but just give them the information. So I can obviously, instead of just printing out a physical copy and handing it to someone, I could actually convert or publish this or export this as a PDF file. And we all know that a PDF file, it doesn't allow the person who's receiving it to change the information, or not change it easily anyway. So what we can do is do that. Okay, so we can do this a couple of ways, and I'll show you a couple of ways. One way is to actually just go to print, and we can actually change our printer to a Microsoft print to PDF. Okay, so we can use the same print preview things we spoke about before to make sure it looks right. But when we actually click print, when we select that print to PDF, and that's an option on all Microsoft computers now, we can actually tell it where to save it. For example, I'm going to save it to the desktop again, and I'm going to call it the same thing, Alex assignment example, but I'll call it C this time. But instead of Excel S extension, I'm going to just leave it as that, and it will automatically attach the PDF extension to it. So I'll click save, and it's done. Okay, let me just quickly show you what I mean by it's done. Okay, so if I open up a Windows Explorer, and this is our file manager, we'll go to our desktop, there's my folder, and there's that PDF file. And if I open up that PDF file, you can see it's exactly what I have, but instead of actually being able to edit this, I'm clicking away on it, but it's just a picture or text now. There's no formulas behind it. There's no actual editable targets behind it. So that's how we do it. While I'm there, I also noticed that this was not centered properly. So obviously when I resized it, it didn't center properly. So I can actually click onto it and move this title to somewhere I think it's the center. And just as a tip, if you want it to be exactly center, you just have to put on one edge. Sorry, you just have to try to center it, and with this plus icon, we can actually choose what elements are in there. Axis titles, axis, the grid lines if you want grid lines, legend if you want legend, data table if you want the data table, but obviously that's up to you what you want. All right, another way to saving it as a PDF file is actually go to export, and I'm going to export by creating a PDF XPS document. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to click on that same thing, but I'm going to call it, so we can have both, C2, and I'll click publish. And again, if I go to my Windows Explorer, there's that C2. That's another way of creating it, and there you go. It's a little bit different, and that's another way of actually exporting it as a PDF. And obviously, how do we save it to external USB stick? Well, instead of the easiest way is to actually, instead of we can also go to the export again. We can go to create XPS, but instead of actually putting it on the internal hard drive, I can select a external drive like my USB stick here, and I can actually just click publish like that, and then it will be, instead of being on my desktop in that folder, it will be on my external USB drive here. Okay, So with the following videos, with the previous videos and this one, we can hopefully, sort of like concentrate on the skills you need to do the assessment. Obviously, that's not everything you should know. Then that's why the resources on our Learn site has a lot more skills than what's just required to pass the assessment. Okay, so once you finish this export, save it and then upload it to your Learn site again. And like I said, the resources on the Learn site are there for you to learn all sorts of skills, and a lot more advanced skills, as well as many other options for the skills we spoke about. But obviously, to just pass this assessment, these are the skills I've highlighted in these videos. And good luck, and obviously I'm here to help you. So contact me if you need help.